viewers, welcome to the Noob Guide for Noobs, edition Smite here. This is kind of an explanation on how Smite works and, well, more specifically, what new players, well, can expect from this game. So first of all, this is the login screen. This is what you get after, well, you log in. You basically have a login name and password like always. You have to register on the site, which is something like smitegame.com. Yeah, you register first and then you get to log in here. So we're going to log in and we're going to see the hopefully finished UI. Yeah, they have been changing it quite a lot because it's still in beta. So this is what you log in. Obviously, all of these things they can change because, well, every week or every 2 weeks there's a change in the setup. So the god rotation and the voice packs and the skins and blah blah blah. The match of the day changes every day, obviously. So you can hover over them to see what they do, what they are. This is the current stream from Smite, so the official one. This is home, where we are right now. Then gods, I will go into it in detail later. The social, which has friends, it has your clan, it also has the refer a friend tab, which can give you favor and gems. Gems are for are kind of real money. Favor is in-game money. Then we have the stats, so you can have the worshipper details, that's what it's currently at. And profile details, recent matches, match history, and other stats. So you can also look up other people's things. So this is me, but if I want to get one of the pro gamers, I just type his name and then I get him. So as you can see, he has a lot of wins. He also has a very high level, so all of the details will now be for Xing. And it's really easy, so you can see pretty much everything on their thing, except for their level. So you can see their mastery level, but you cannot see if they're under level 30. So I am level 30, as you can see here, as are most players that have played for a bit, because reaching level 30 is not that hard to do. But yeah, you cannot for some reason see the level of people, but maybe they will bring that in later. So match details, you can actually enter a match ID and get something out of that. So I believe this is, well, this is a match ID that actually got recorded, but it's not a recent one. Anyway, let's see one of these then. Yeah, the match IDs are over here. They're also in the previous screen. But yeah, we are currently in match details, as you can see. Yeah, well, you can also view the replay if the replay gets recorded. Currently, only high-level games are recorded, but eventually everything will be recorded and you will be able to trade out the numbers, basically, and watch whatever you want. So this one has Zapman in it, who did very well, apparently. So I might check that out later. But anyway, continuing on. Then here we have kind of, yeah, something I have never used, but you can see the character builder with recommended stats or items, sorry, and abilities. So how to level it up. You can customize that for yourself by hitting the clear all and then, well, selecting the items, and then you can hit the auto level, yeah, as it says here, use for auto level. You can use it for auto level and auto buy, so you don't have to worry about it. Every time you recall to base, it will automatically buy the next item. I do not recommend this, but for new players, it's a good tool. So as a new player, I would recommend just browsing the items that people have been using. So find online somewhere what you would want. So what you would want as a as this character, and then make your own setup. But I do not recommend this for players that have played for a while. Then here we have the streams. Currently it's set to Smite. You can also do one of the other streams. Obviously, well, I'm not going to show you too much, you know what streams are. Then all of the introductions are here, so what is what. Yeah, I do recommend that you watch the basic introduction. And for the rest, just go to YouTube. There are way better guides out there. The introduction is kind of nice because it has all kinds of cool things on it. But yeah, in general, it's better to watch what other players do than what the developers think you should do. The god guides, yeah, those are kind of the introduction of the gods. As you can see, God reveal. It's kind of nice to see all of them. So they have really nice stories to them, and it's just awesome. Community videos, blah blah blah. Friends broadcasting, whatever. If you broadcast enough, so if you stream to Twitch for 5,000 minutes, you get one of the skins. For the rest, it's not really useful, to be honest. You don't really get anything out of that, but hey, whatever. Anyway, we're going back to the God screen for now, and I will be discussing the gods in a later stage, well, probably in the next video, because that is your main thing to learn. What do the gods do, and how are they played? And we will see that in the next video. For now, I'm just going to say to you that there are 5 types, and well, it's kind of obvious what this does. Assassins, they are good at killing low, well, either the squishies or the low health people. The ones that stand out are Loki, Naja, and Thanatos at the moment. Although Mercury, yeah, he can be very useful as well, but yeah, he's kind of overplayed at the moment, so he gets picked a lot. Keep that in mind if you want to purchase a new god. That if you purchase Mercury, that a lot of people play him currently. So even though he's very good, you may not get to play him a lot. As you can see, I played him once. You can see that by the bars that are underneath it. I personally like Hunbats a lot as well. But yeah, most of the assassins are pretty nice to play because they're really high damage and kind of bursty. Then the warriors, those are kind of the guys that don't die a lot. They have a lot of sustain. They have most of them have high mobility, and most of them have some tricks up their sleeve to get out of situation they don't want to be in, or get into situation they want to be in. So jumps, dashes, those kind of things. Invisibilities, well, not actual invisibilities, I guess. Anyway, guardians, those are kind of the tanks of this game. Guardians are meant to protect your carry, and a lot of people forget that. A lot of people think these are initiators. That's a whole big different thing. I mean, most of these guys, especially Ares and Ymir, they can, or Sobek, well, not most of them actually, but they can be really good initiators because they don't die a lot. But sometimes, yeah, you don't want to be just the initiator. What your task is as a guardian is to protect your carry, and we will see the carries in the mage and hunters, because the hunters are basically the physical damage carries and the mages are the magical damage carries. But these guys are kind of necessary to protect them. Vulcan, not good here. Not good for the task of being a guardian. He is more of a mage. But the other, what is that, 6, they are pretty good. They are very, actually, some of them are very good, like Ymir and Athena. They are very good at protecting their carry, and that is what you need to know. So Ymir, definitely something I would recommend. And yeah, you can see a lot of Ymir games on my channel. So yeah, if you want to learn how to play him, you can see how aggressive you can be. Yeah, what you need to do to protect people, to initiate those kind of things. And yeah, it kind of depends on how your carry is doing, what your playstyle should be. And of course, it depends on your playstyle, what your items should be. Then mages. These are the high damage burst casters of this game. So most of these have like huge burst potential, but some of these, like Aphrodite and Ra, they are and Changa, they're more of damage over time dealers. So they have sustained damage. They poke you once and once and once and once, and then eventually they will be able to finish you off. But they don't really have that high burst. Changa and Ra have their ultimate to do high burst, but it's not high enough to actually kill you. If you compare that to the Ao Kuang ultimate, that is an insane amount of damage that can just wipe out the whole team. Same goes for Zeus, same goes for Hebo. Those are huge bursts of damage. And the downside, of course, is they're squishy. Well, these three, so the Aphrodite, the Chang'e, the Ra, and in addition to that, the Hell, are also healers. They can heal your whole team. And yeah, if you want to go for that, the Zhang Kui, a little bit less, but he is also a healer. If you want to go for that sustain, so you want to help your carry by bringing him a sustain someone instead of a guardian, that can be good as well. In addition to that, Chang'e and Ra and even Hel and Aphrodite are very good in solo lane, so in mid lane and in the solo lane, because they can sustain for a longer time than all the others. They can sustain their health, they can sustain their mana, because they don't use too much. And especially Hel has increased regen on her health, mana, and she can turn that into health, obviously. So yeah, as I said, high burst damage, mostly ranged. I think they're all ranged. Yeah, pretty much. Um, Lots of burst damage, but very squishy. Then the last one, Hunter. These are your physical damage carries. Basically, these guys are all very good at taking down even the most defensive structures and gods. So even if you build your what was it called, guardian, yeah, even if you build your guardian with full tank, these guys will still rip through it like it's not even there in the late game, obviously. But yeah, you have to keep in mind every one of these has different skills. So it's not like in League of Legends, no offense to the League of Legends fanboys, but it's not like in League of Legends where every skill is basically the same. You either have a stun or a slow, and you always have, like, your Q is always a damage dealer. No, some of these guys have high burst damage, like AMC here, Amuzen Kab. Yeah, he has high burst damage, and for example, Artemis doesn't have any burst damage, but she does have 2 stuns. Well, stun and a snare, I guess. Then Apollo has, yeah, he has a lot of damage, but he also has a good escape. Same goes for Cupid, he has a good escape. Anhur has a jump, which can be used offensively and defensively. He also has a slow. And then Neith has 2 stuns, once again. Well, a stun and a snare, once again, I guess. And Shivalanka is just all about the damage. So yeah, you really have to learn which god is which in order to know which one is your fit your playstyle and is your preferred god. So yeah, to get all gods, by the way, you can buy all of them with favor, which is the in-game money. They're all 5,500, I believe. Yeah, this is all voice pack because so the only price here is voice pack because I already have all of them. The thing is, they all are 5,500 except for Cupid, who's 1,500. And from the Guardians, Hades, who's 2,500. The rest is all 5,500. And yeah, you can kind of farm that up in about 2 weeks if you play regularly. From this, you should conclude whether or not you want that. You can also buy the God Pack, which is, I believe, $30. Yeah, I bought it for 15, but that's really beside the point. There may be some ways to get it cheaper. That's all I wanted to state. The thing is, you have a lot of gods to try out, and if you buy them one by one, you will learn them all one by one. But because I bought all of them at the same time, you can see that some of them haven't even been played yet. So that's 3, 4, 5, and I've played quite a lot of games. And then yeah, 6, maybe 7. I think 7 out of them I've never played. I will eventually play all of them, of course, but yeah, you can't play all of them at the same time. So I normally pick the ones that I find the best, like Akwang apparently, rank 3. Yeah, I have the Neith at rank 3, I have Vulcan at rank 4, so Ra at rank 3. Those are kind of my favorites because they fit my play style for that specific for that specific yeah, goal you have in the game. So your kind of job in the game, I guess. So all in all, that should be good enough. If you want to play, by the way, obviously that's useful. Here you have the store, you can purchase gems and blah blah. I've never used that, so you probably won't use that either. Oh, I used it once to buy the God Pack. But yeah, you can buy the God Pack and gems for voice packs and such. So play is just hit the play button. Then you select your game mode. First of all, you can go to practice, which is against AI. You don't get any favor for it, but it is very useful to just test out gods. You can play any god in these, so in the practice basically. You can play any god, even if you don't own them yet. So you can test them out, you can see what they do. You can also see what they do in case you get up against them, and that can be very useful as well. So the normal is where you normally would play. That's why it's called normal. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game modes to choose from. Then you have just 1v1 and 3v3. So basically this is 1v1 and this is what you do 3v3, so you can get only a queue of 1 in this one. You can solo queue, duo queue or trio queue in the Joust 3v3. This is probably my favorite game mode at the moment, Joust 3v3. It's really skill based, especially if you play with 3 guys. And then you have Hoarder, which is currently the match of the day. Yeah, it says in the description what it is. They kind of recycle Hoarder a lot, so I know what it is. It can be on, in this case, it is on Arena. It can be on Conquest, on Arena, on Assault. I've never seen a Domination one. So basically it's Arena, Conquest, or Assault that the daily matches are. The match of the day. And then we have Conquest Premade. For Conquest Premade, you need a 5-person team. For Conquest itself, you can have solo queue, duo queue, or trio queue, not quadra queue. So if you're with 4, you cannot play Conquest. Keep that in mind. Conquest Premade, as I said, only requires at least 5 players in a party, so only with 5. So yeah, that's about it. The leagues are Conquest and Arena League. That is kind of the ranked, I guess. Yeah, you get rankings from this and blah blah blah. And customs are if you want to challenge your friends, but don't want, yeah, and you want to, for example, joust versus your friends. You can make it from 1v1 to 5v5 on all of them. As you can see, 1v1 to 5v5. And yeah, you can do the challenges against each other. So you can say, I want to make or I want to joust versus a specific person, whereas in normal or in practice you go up against a bot, which is very nice practice, by the way. In this you go up against a random player, and in custom you go up against whoever you give your game name to, because you create a match and then yeah, you have a name and an optional password. Basically, the other guy just logs into your game, and you can set everything, by the way. You can set how you want to pick your god, party size, starting level, so you can also start at level 20, which is the maximum level. You can also just up the gold if you want to. So, hang on. So, yeah, if you want to have 150,000 starting gold, which is an insane amount, by the way, you can do that. So you can pretty much make whatever you want out of this. Anyway, that's it for now. Next time we will discuss the gods and I guess the game modes a little bit after that. Maybe the other way around. I don't know yet. Anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.